Last week I was at the foot of mountains. Now I'm in the dining room looking at this. Haggis, the national dish of Scotland. Described somehow as a pudding. It's traditionally made up of liver, heart and lungs of a sheep or other animal, minced and mixed with beef or mutton and oatmeal, seasoned with onion, cayenne peppers and other spices. Now for me, a pudding is a chocolate brownie with a bit of ice cream on the side, or an ice cream sundae. But to the Scots, this stuff is a matter of pride and joy. Historically, when hunters made their kills, they would use up the offal or the internal organs first, as they went off the quickest. It's believed that haggis is a very ancient dish, going back thousands of years, and the offal would be chopped up and then mixed with different things, and then cooked over a fire using the stomach of an animal as somewhat of a saucepan. I've got to be careful how I hold this because it could look quite bad. Now haggis is closely associated with the Scots due to the work of the celebrated poet Robert Burns. He wrote an 8-verse poem titled Address to a Haggis, which is still recited around the globe each year. Do they talk to them? Now Burns elevated haggis from humble origins and tied it to the national identity of Scotland, and some even see Robert Burns as a patron saint of haggis, these things. But haggis, and a traditional one, is actually illegal in America. There have been reports of bootleg and black market haggis being eaten across the pond. Specifically in 1971, a US federal regulation ruled that livestock lungs should not be saved for use as human food, and as traditional haggis contained around 15% of a sheep's lung, it's believed this gave it a nutty flavour and improved the texture, and this became outlawed and banned, and it was made practically illegal to import or sell haggis, and a traditional one. The reason the sheep's lung is banned is because fluids such as stomach acid may even enter the animal's lungs during slaughter, and if this isn't spotted and removed during manufacturing, then it can cause harmful pathogens that can spread to humans. In fact, this has got 26% pork lung. So yeah, there you go. This wouldn't be allowed to be sold. What it hasn't stopped is some people in America making the dish themselves using their own animals. There are companies who are working to get around the ban by substituting traditional ingredients, but of course this deviates from tradition and changes the taste of the dish. For some reason over the past few years, the appetite for haggis has actually risen and increased. For example, in 2020, 5 years ago, as of the time of recording, the total export value of this was said to be around £9 million, and there was a 138% increase in the tonnage of haggis being shipped all around the world, including to places such as Hong Kong and even African nations. But yeah, still today, haggis is banned in America. The largest maker of these, McSween, are trying to get around it to make a US compliant version of it, replacing lung with heart, and they do plan to launch this in January 2026 in preparation for Burns Night. But still today, the national dish of Scotland is illegal in America. That's something you probably never realised. And I'm going to stop holding it like this now because it looks a bit wrong. But what has this got in it? 26% pork lung, beef fat 13%, beef liver 10%, lamb lungs, so it's got more lung in it, 7%, beef heart 5%, and yeah. And it also says haggis filled to an inedible synthetic casing. Just what you wanted from your dinner.